an amazing thing happened. One, my husband at the time thought that a miracle had occurred. And two, my mother chose option 3. She stopped coming to my ballpark. This was amazing. There was no strife. There was no stress about this. I would go to her house. We would have a great time. And she was free to say no when I issued invitations for her to come up. Life changed. It's a very powerful framework to make decisions from. When you are an employee, whose ballpark are you in? Okay, your bosses. Guess what? You got 3 choices. When I was an employee and I figured this out, it didn't take me too long to become self-employed. I realized there was no way I was going to be able to accept without conflict, and there was no way I was going to continue to stay in a ballpark where I felt victimized. That left me with only option 3. I got out of the ballpark. I've been self-employed ever since. Where in your life can you apply this? The short version of this, whose ballpark am I in? What that means is, whose decision is it? If you are like me, you have probably spent a great deal of time, money, talent, treasure focusing on decisions that were not yours to make because they were not your ballpark. So get a handle on this, and you will have a framework for effective decision making that will take you into your profitability in a really, really big way. Talk about dialing down the drama. If you can remember to stop, take a deep breath, activate a connection, and ask the question, whose ballpark am I in? At that moment, you will change your life because decisions become very, very easy to make. And everybody loves things that are easy. So now we're going to walk out of the world of Napoleon Hill. We've been through stress management, stress intervention technique training. We have gone into Napoleon Hill and effective decision making. So now he had 3 reasons businesses fail. You have a tool to handle each of those 3 reasons. You have no more excuses for failure. Okay? You need more information about that, we'll talk. But realize you have the keys now to move yourself into profitability and out of what you've been struggling with. But now we're going to go to the next part. And the last part is about marketing. And Deborah, thank you so much for being brave enough to come up here. Because one of the biggest challenges that people have with marketing is that they're saying the wrong thing to the wrong person at the wrong time, and their message isn't clear. On your table, you have cheat sheets, and you have a stack of index cards. Index cards are there for 3 reasons. 1, we're going to use them in the next exercise. 2, you can write down any questions you might have from the first couple of exercises. And 3, you might want to take notes. Who knows? Here's the deal. Effective marketing looks like this. It looks like identifying your target market. For some people, the target market is going to be really easy on demographic lines. It's going to be men over the age of 40 who shoot hoops all weekend and suffer from weekend warrior syndrome and have pain. That's going to be their target market. It's going to be really easy to focus in on that. Mine was not so easy to focus in on because mine was all about characteristics rather than about demographics. So when I finally got through this exercise enough times to drill down on mine, my target market are people who are willing to change, not just wanting to change, but willing to do the work. People who are willing to be uncomfortable, because anytime you are training in learning a new skill, you're going to be uncomfortable because you're not going to be good at it. You got to be bad at it before you get good at it. You got to be good at it before you get great at it. So people have to be willing to be uncomfortable, and they have to be willing to take a risk because they are going to leave behind their negative emotional history and walk into being more effective. So those are the demographics, the characteristics that I'm looking for. Well, what group of people has those 3 characteristics consistently? Entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are willing to take a risk. They're willing to be uncomfortable. You know, they are willing to change, otherwise they would still be employees. So that's my target market, and that's how I got to it. So now you're going to get to your own target market. So take a minute and look at the cheat sheet. The first question you're going to ask and write down, who do I work with? Who is my best client? Who, and here's best. Best is the person who pays you money, not the one who's the most fun. Best is the person who pulls out their wallet and pays you for what you are offering. Give me 2, maybe 3 at the most, characteristics of who is your best client. The next question is really important. What do they struggle with? What pain are they in? What is their challenge? What do they have? What problem do they have to solve that they're coming to you for? So, who do you work with? Who's your best customer? What is the struggle that they have? The third question, once you have those 2, what do you offer them? What solution do you offer them? Let's face it, if you're an orthopedist and they've got a broken leg, the solution you offer is a cast. Okay, it's really just that simple. What do they struggle with, and what solution do you have for them? What do they pay you for? What is the product or service that you are selling? And yes, we all sell. It is not a dirty word. And at the end of the day, you're going to sell much more effectively than you ever have before. So now we have, who do I work with? What do they struggle with? What I offer them. And the last piece, what is the outcome? I'm going to teach you all FOTO, F-O-T-O. It means focus on the outcome. What is the outcome that your best client gets from you, that they are happiest about, that they thank you for? Here's a clue. It may not be what they thought they were buying, because we sell people what they want and then we give them what they need. And at the end, they thank you for meeting the need that they probably couldn't identify. So don't be surprised if the outcome is a little different than what the struggle is. Sometimes there's a mismatch there. That's okay. People come in the door because of a physical pain when they walk into a healer, but what they really need is the emotional shift sometimes. So you gotta go with what they want, which is their struggle. The outcome may be something different. It may be what they actually need. Now we get to have some fun. Is there anyone willing to share their list to answer the 4 questions for the room? And Dave, my lovely assistant, is going to bring the microphone around. And please wait till he gives you the microphone.
Do you want to have some time for questions?
Mm-hmm.
Wrap it up pretty quick.
Okay, so we're only going to do 2.
Who wants to share their list?
Anybody brave enough? Joshua? Oh, you volunteered somebody, Dan? That's on. There we go. It's okay. Tell me what you've got.
So my customers are foreign.
Push it right up to your mouth like you're going to.
My customers are foreign customers from other countries.
Okay.
And
So
they,
I'm going to repeat it just so they can get it
Yeah,
on the film.
I don't know.
So your best customer is someone who is from another country.
Yes.
Okay, and what do they struggle with?
so they do not know anything here. They don't know how the laws, and they don't know how we live here. And so, yeah.
Okay,
this
so they
is-
struggle to adapt to the custom and culture of America.
Yeah.
Okay, so people from another country who struggle to adapt to the customs and culture of this country. What do you offer them? What do they pay you for?
So I help them with all their needs, everything they need to do here or to learn. So I help them to go.
Okay, what does the package look like that they're buying from you? So if you're not sure, I think I've got a clue.
Yeah.
Give me the outcome. What is the outcome? What is the benefit they get from working with you?
They are usually very happy that they found somebody who helps them in every way and they can trust.
Okay, so
The
they
trust,
absolutely
yeah.
love you and they can trust you. What is the benefit to them of now they love and trust you? What is the benefit to them?
The benefit for them. So, yeah, that they
This is not an easy exercise,
Yeah,
guys.
I
She's
know.
being really brave because this is
Yeah, they are
a new
happy,
way
yeah.
of thinking, okay?
Yeah.
They're happier.
They are happy.
There we go. They're happier.
Thank you.
Okay. That's good. You got there. All right. So you don't have to hold the mic to your face right now. You can just hang on to it for a second. I'm going to run that through what I heard you say, okay? Because the purpose of having an elevator pitch, the purpose of being able to convey value is so that we get more business, right? We want to help more people. So let's make this where it's easy for people to identify. I either know your target market or I am your target market, okay? So if I was you, I would say, I work with people who are here from other countries, who are struggling to adapt to the customs and cultures of this country. I offer them a guided tour through the laws and support to navigate the intricacies. You know, if they need to know where the grocery stores are, if they need to know how to tip when they go to a restaurant, and if they need to find a doctor for the right kind of doctor. I give them a roadmap to this country's culture. And after working with me, my clients have the benefit of feeling like they're home. They are happy here. Did I get it?
Yes, yes, exactly.
There you go.
Yeah, thank
All right.
you.
Does anybody doubt who she works with? No. When you're out and about talking to people, do you think that you could identify in a conversation her target market? Somebody who's from another country who's struggling to adapt to this culture? Yeah. That's the purpose of an elevator pitch. That's clarity. When I can listen to you, hear those first two pieces, and know I am that, I know that. I know someone who's that, or I am that. If I can self-select myself in or identify someone who is the perfect fit for you, that's an effective marketing pitch. Okay, that's an effective elevator.
And that's a great tool to use. I would encourage you to write those 5 things down and use that in your business as well. It's time now for, and we don't have time for questions. We got to wind this up. We're going to make some announcements. Give Jackie a big hand clap for coming here. Thank you so much for presenting.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And Jackie's going to stick around. If you want to have questions, come talk to her. John, are you ready? All right, let's do it.
Let's fill the room next week, okay? Bring a friend or bring an entrepreneur that is a friend and their friends too. All right? Yes, the answer is always
Yes.
yes.